So, there will be a lot of talking and listening before there is any wrestling.
Yes, that's right.
I think that's a good way to start this off. So,
Hold up on the wrestling.
yes. So, multiple hats in this one for you.
Yeah, not only for me, but also for my co-director and co-writer, Alexander Jeffrey, who was the mustachioed videotape star in the film. But yeah, he also shot the film, and we went without an AD on this. We both kind of work as AD on other projects, so we just kind of combined all of that and pulled it off together.
So, a conscious decision to go back to the VCR, VHS kind of era because of the connections to that time period?
Yeah. Well, so, I mean, this happened to me.
Okay.
I was basically playing my dad, and then,
Yes.
Finn was playing a younger version of me. So we kind of loosely defined it as a VHS era.
Yeah.
So we didn't really put a year on it, but it's got a nostalgic feel to it. I feel like everybody sort of remembers that VHS era, and it's sort of a bygone thing now about like you had to sneak around to try to watch those kind of things, and now you could just have it right on your
no internet.
it's right on the internet or on your phone. So it's a lot of fun to sort of revisit that.
Yeah. So the young people in the film, how did you get them involved, and how did you communicate all this with them, and how did that all work out so that it was okay? You don't want to say?
Yeah. So, I mean, so pulling off, this kind of subject material and keeping it family friendly was definitely like, how are we going to do that? But we always had a North Star of like, let's just keep checking with the moms. Let's just keep checking with moms and make sure that, we're not being too offensive or going in the wrong direction. And the kids were great, right? Yeah. So Finn, his actual name is Finnegan. And it's kind of funny, his grandmother was my English teacher, as it turns out. So I would have actually skipped her class to go, pull off this shenanigans back when it happened. But we had become aware of Finn about a year earlier when we saw a film he directed as a 14-year-old. Oh. And then when we decided to do this, we were driving down to New Orleans for a Bill Burr concert and sort of trading coming-of-age stories. And I told this story, and Alex was like, "Oh my God, I'll direct that if you produce it. Like, you have to write that down, and let's do that." And then I just didn't want to. Like, Alex is a very accomplished director in his own right, so we just sort of along the way agreed to co-direct it, and I think it worked out great because our senses of humor is kind of combined on that.
What's next? What's coming up for you?
So Alex and I produced a horror feature last year that we just hired a sales agent for, so hopefully that'll be coming out sometime later this year. It's a sort of a family drama thriller about this marriage that breaks up after they tragically lose their young son, and there's mental health themes to it, and it's called The Fetch, so look out for that. And then
so family porn and then family horror. That's
the natural progression, right?
Well, great luck with that, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for
sharing
having me.
Your film with us.
Oh, thank you so much.